Imagine holding a simple coin in your hand, just a small piece of metal worth 5 rand, and then discovering that very coin could change your entire life. Because in the right place, at the right time, this 2006 South African 5 rand coin has been valued in the millions of dollars. Yes, you heard correctly. What most people would drop into a vending machine or toss into a drawer without a second thought has stunned collectors worldwide, turning ordinary change into unimaginable fortune. This isn't just money. This is hidden treasure disguised in your pocket. And the shocking truth is that thousands of people may already have this rare gem without even knowing it. The 2006 5 rand coin carries a story of value, rarity, and mystery. At first glance, it appears like every other coin, bimetallic with its copper nickel ring and brass center, featuring the proud face of a black wildebeest, charging forward as a symbol of South Africa's strength and heritage. To the casual eye, nothing about it screams special. But coin collectors, numismatists, and experts in rare currency know that certain runs of this coin are different, so rare, so unusual, that international markets have placed mind-blowing values on them. And that's where the millions come into play. Why would a 2006 coin worth only 5 rand suddenly be worth as much as a luxury mansion or a fleet of sports cars? The answer lies in its rarity and the strange errors and variations that appear during its minting process. Some coins from this year have unique features that distinguish them from ordinary ones. Unusual die errors, doubling in letters, misaligned strikes, or slightly different compositions that slip past inspection. These details, almost invisible to the untrained eye, have created a class of coins so scarce that collectors are willing to pay outrageous sums to own them. When something is this rare, it no longer functions as money. It becomes a work of art, a piece of history, and most importantly, an investment. Now imagine this. Someone in Johannesburg once walked into a shop and unknowingly spent one of these rare 2006 5 rand coins on a loaf of bread. That coin passed through hands, perhaps into a taxi driver's collection, then to a child's piggy bank, maybe even lost under a couch cushion. The very coin that today might fetch over $1 million was once treated as spare change. This shocking reality has driven people across South Africa and even internationally to begin checking their pockets, jars, and wallets, hoping to stumble upon this hidden jackpot. The story of the 5 rand coin also carries national pride. In 2004, the Reserve Bank introduced this bimetallic coin as a response to counterfeit concerns. Its distinct two-tone design made it harder to fake, and by 2006, the mint had refined its production. But in the process, errors were made. These errors, which were mistakes to the mint, became miracles to collectors. Some 2006 5 rand coins show slight off-center strikes. Some have doubling on the inscriptions South Africa or the date, and others show unique discoloration in the metal blend. To collectors, such coins aren't flaws, they're treasures because they are one of a kind. When you think about the global coin market, you realize that rarity fuels everything. A coin from South Africa may be worth just cents at home, but to a collector in Europe or the United States who is hunting for a perfect piece to complete a set, it becomes priceless. There have been auctions where South African coins shock the world by selling for 6 or even 7 figures, creating headlines that no one could believe. Imagine the reaction of a family who discovered that the coin sitting in their drawer for years suddenly sold for the price of $1 million property. These stories sound unreal, almost like myths, but they've happened before. And the 2006 5 rand coin is one of those shocking examples. The coin itself symbolizes movement and strength with the charging wildebeest, also known as the Guan Yu. For many collectors, the symbolism enhances its desirability. It's not just metal, it's a cultural artifact. It represents South Africa's resilience, its heritage, and its progression into the modern economy. Combine that symbolism with the ultra-rare minting variations of 2006, and you have a recipe for astronomical value. But here's where the real shock comes in. Millions of people still do not realize the value of what they're holding. To this day, someone might unknowingly spend such a coin on a taxi fare or use it at a corner shop, while a collector across the world is desperate to get their hands on it. There are even stories of people who once dismissed coin collectors as eccentric, only to later discover they'd let $1 million coin slip through their fingers. The regret is unimaginable. Collectors worldwide use magnifying glasses, microscopes, and advanced grading techniques to identify these rare 2006 5 Rand coins. The grading process, handled by organizations like NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, or PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, can turn an ordinary coin into a global sensation. A well-preserved, error-bearing 2006 coin graded at the highest level can skyrocket in price, setting bidding wars ablaze at auctions. And when the bids climb into the millions, the once insignificant coin transforms into a legend. Think about the irony. The coins we often ignore, the ones jingling at the bottom of our bags, can sometimes surpass the value of gold. Gold is mined, but these rare coins are accidents of history, frozen in time, carrying a value far beyond their weight. That's why people say, check your change, because buried in ordinary pockets are extraordinary treasures. And for South Africans, the 2006 5 Rand coin is not just a collectible, it's a national icon of hidden wealth. Every day, more and more people are realizing the potential of what sits unnoticed in their homes. It's a race against time, because as these coins are discovered and sold, the remaining few become even rarer. That drives the price higher and higher, making every second you delay checking your coins a potential $1 million mistake. Imagine the shock of someone who wakes up poor and goes to sleep rich, all because of a single coin they overlooked. This is not a fantasy. It has happened, and it continues to happen. Some collectors call the 2006 5 Rand coin the sleeping giant of South African currency, ordinary by sight, extraordinary by value. And while millions of coins were minted, only a handful bear the variations that make them so desirable, ensuring that only the luckiest and most observant people will strike gold with this hidden fortune. So the next time you hold a 5 Rand coin from 2006, don't dismiss it as ordinary. Study it, inspect it, treasure it, because what you may think is worth 5 Rand could actually be the key to millions. It's a shocking reminder that fortune doesn't always come in gold bars or lottery tickets. Sometimes it comes in the quiet jingle of loose change in your pocket. Would you ignore $1 million lying at your feet? Of course not. Then why ignore the possibility sitting in your own wallet? That's the shocking truth of the 2006 South African 5 Rand coin. A simple piece of metal that carries the power to transform lives, rewrite destinies, and remind us all that the greatest treasures are often hidden in plain sight. This is not a joke. An ordinary-looking 1993 South African 1 Rand coin has turned people into millionaires overnight. Imagine holding a tiny piece of metal in your hand, a coin so ordinary that most people would never even glance at it twice. But what if I told you that a single South African 1 Rand coin from 1993 could change your life forever? What if I told you that this one coin, something that looks like loose change rolling at the bottom of a drawer, has the potential to be worth millions of dollars today? Think about it for a moment. Something so small, so forgotten, suddenly becoming a key to wealth beyond imagination. This is not a dream. It's a shocking reality in the world of rare coins, where a simple mistake, a small minting error, or a unique variation can turn everyday currency into treasures worth more than luxury cars, gold bars, or even mansions. And the 1993 South African 1 Rand coin is one of those coins that could leave you stunned, speechless, and desperate to check every old coin in your collection. The 1993 1 Rand coin holds an aura of mystery, and for good reason. It belongs to a period of transition in South African history, a time when the country was preparing for monumental political and social change. Coins minted during these years carry not only the usual value of metal, but also the symbolic weight of history. This means collectors and investors across the globe are not just buying a coin, they're buying a story, a piece of time frozen forever in metal. That historical significance, when paired with rarity, is exactly what drives values into the millions. Imagine being someone who unknowingly owns one of these coins in pristine, error-struck condition, tucked away in an old jar. You might think it's worth just 1 Rand, but in reality, it could pay off your debts, buy you a new home, or even secure your future for generations. What makes the 1993 1 Rand coin so extraordinary is not just its age, but its variations. Certain coins were struck with small imperfections, errors that went unnoticed by the mint but are now worshipped by collectors. Sometimes it's a double strike, where the design is imprinted twice. Sometimes it's a misalignment, where the image shifts off-center, and other times it's a die crack, a thin, jagged line cutting across the surface, like a secret signature from the mint itself. These are not flaws in the eyes of collectors. They are treasures. Every mistake makes the coin rarer, and every rare coin multiplies in value beyond imagination. A flawless error coin from this year can ignite bidding wars in auctions, driving prices to figures that sound unreal. Hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars for something that once bought a loaf of bread. To understand the impact of such a coin, you must also realize how global the coin collecting market is. It's not just South Africans searching for these coins. Collectors from the United States, Europe, and Asia constantly hunt for rare African currency because it combines scarcity with cultural depth. A 1993 1 Rand coin in mint condition, especially with unique features, becomes a global prize. And here's the shocking part. Some buyers don't even look at these coins as collectibles. They look at them as investments, assets that grow in value year after year. So when a coin like this comes to auction, it doesn't just sell, it explodes in value, leaving the ordinary observer shocked that a small disc of metal could be worth more than luxury watches or diamonds. The design of the 1993 1 Rand coin also plays a huge role in its allure. On the obverse, it carries the coat of arms of South Africa, a symbol of pride, authority, and unity. On the reverse, the image of a springbok, the elegant antelope, leaps into motion, a creature that has come to embody the nation itself. This is not just art, it's heritage stamped into silver-colored nickel. Now imagine finding a version of this coin where the springbok is off-center, or where part of the coat of arms has been smudged during minting. To the untrained eye, it may look like damage, but to experts, it's a jackpot. These slight shifts, these microscopic oddities, are what send collectors into a frenzy, driving up the value from a single rand to hundreds of thousands or even millions. Think about the last time you dismissed a coin as worthless. What if that coin was a 1993 1 Rand? What if you unknowingly passed it on, never realizing it could have been the key to unimaginable wealth? This is the shocking truth of coin collecting. Most fortunes are lost not because people never owned rare coins, but because they never recognized them. The 1993 Rand is one such trap of fortune. It hides in plain sight, looking common, feeling ordinary, but carrying a secret value that only a sharp eye can uncover. This is why collectors obsess, why they search tirelessly, why they flip through old collections with magnifying glasses, hoping to stumble upon a miracle. Now let's talk numbers, because that's where the shock really hits. While the standard 1993 Rand coin in circulated condition might fetch a few dollars, a rare error coin or an uncirculated mint state example can skyrocket to astonishing values. Auction records have shown South African coins reaching six figures easily, and the rarest pieces crossing into the million-dollar zone. Imagine bidding starting at a few hundred, then climbing into the thousands within minutes as collectors battle for ownership. Suddenly, the number hits 6 zeros and gasps fill the auction room. And at that moment, a simple 1 Rand coin has turned into a life-changing fortune. Stories circulate of ordinary people discovering these coins in old wallets or drawers, realizing later they were holding wealth beyond their wildest dreams. That's the magic of the 1993 Rand. It's like hidden treasure disguised as pocket change. And unlike paper money that fades, tears, or gets destroyed, coins survive decades, often untouched. That means there are still undiscovered pieces out there. Coins sitting in jars, shoeboxes, or hidden in the folds of time, waiting for the right person to find them. And if that person is you, then you've stumbled upon one of the greatest hidden fortunes in modern numismatics. The shock doesn't end there. The future value of such coins is only rising. As years pass, fewer coins survive in perfect condition. Collectors become more desperate. Investors pay higher prices. And the coin you thought was just shiny pocket change suddenly becomes a relic of history worth millions. It's not fantasy, it's the undeniable pattern of the rare coin market. And the 1993 1 Rand coin stands tall as one of those potential life changers. So the next time you see a South African Rand, don't ignore it. Don't toss it aside, because one of them, one from 1993, could be the most shocking discovery of your life. It could be your golden ticket to wealth, hiding in plain sight, waiting for you to uncover its secret. Remember, fortune doesn't always come in the form of lottery tickets or business deals. Sometimes it comes as a coin jingling in your pocket, a small circle of metal that could be worth millions of dollars. The 1993 South African 1 Rand coin is living proof that the unbelievable can be real, and that shock, awe, and fortune could all be waiting in the palm of your hand.